So, you've reached retirement. It's a huge milestone, a massive shift in life, and with it comes a whole new set of questions, especially about money. The choices you make now are all about building peace of mind for the long haul. So today, let's take a calm, clear-eyed look at how to make your savings work for you.
This is the big question, isn't it? It's really the heart of the matter for every single person planning for retirement. The whole goal is to switch from earning a salary to creating a steady, reliable income from the nest egg you've worked so hard to build. And the good news? There are some very clear, well-trodden paths to get you there.
All right, let's dive right in. This guide here lays out 5 different ways to invest after you retire, and each one has its own personality, really. We're going to break this down piece by piece and turn it into a straightforward map for what each option could mean for your money and your future.
Okay, so first things first, we need to get to know the players on the field. We're going to walk through each of these 5 options one by one. That way, you'll get a real feel for what each one is all about before we start putting them side by side.
Our first stop is a really popular one, and for very good reason. It's called the Senior Citizens Savings Scheme, or SCSS for short. Now, this is a government-backed program, and it's designed specifically for retirees. And whenever you hear government-backed, your first thought should be safety.
Now let's look at the details, because this is where it gets interesting. That interest rate, 8.20%, that is very, very attractive for something with such low risk. The tenure, which is how long your money is locked in, is 5 years, but you get your interest paid out every 3 months. It's a real classic choice if you want to protect your money while getting a steady, predictable return.
Next up, we have the Post Office Monthly Income Scheme, or POMIS. And just like the name says, its main job is to give you a regular flow of cash, almost like a monthly paycheck. So the key thing to see here is that word monthly. The interest rate is a little lower than the SCSS at 7.40%, and this shows us our first real trade-off. With PMIS, you're swapping a slightly smaller return for the huge convenience of getting paid every single month. And when you're managing household bills, that can be a game changer.
Here's one I'm sure you've heard of, the fixed deposit, or FD. This is a classic, and banks offer special versions for senior citizens that make this reliable old tool even better for retirement.
The big draws here are security and flexibility. You get a better interest rate, usually an extra 0.5% on top of the regular rate, and you can choose a tenure from just a few days all the way up to 10 years. Plus, you can often pick if you want your interest paid monthly or quarterly, which gives you more control.
Okay, time to shift gears a little bit. Those first 3 options all had one thing in common: guaranteed returns. Debt mutual funds, they're different. They are linked to the market because they invest in things like government and corporate bonds. This brings a different kind of potential and, well, a different level of risk. See the big differences on this slide? The return isn't fixed, it goes up and down with the market. The risk level is moderate, which is a step up from the low risk we've been seeing. And there's no set payout schedule. This is an option for someone who's okay with a bit more uncertainty for the chance at higher returns than you'd get from a standard FD.
Our last option is pretty unique. An annuity plan isn't just an investment, it's actually an insurance product. The idea is you give a lump sum of money to an insurance company, and in return, they promise to pay you a regular income for a set amount of time, often for the rest of your life.
The word that should jump out at you here is lifetime. An annuity is designed to solve one of the biggest fears people have in retirement: outliving their savings. The return you get depends on the plan, but its main job is to give you a guaranteed income stream that you simply cannot outlive. It's the ultimate tool for long-term income security. Okay, so we've met the 5 main contenders. Now comes the fun part. Let's put them head to head. When you see them all lined up like this, the right choice for you is going to start becoming a lot clearer.
And this table just perfectly shows the first and maybe the most important fork in the road. On one side, you've got the safety and certainty of fixed, guaranteed returns with payouts you can count on. On the other side, you've got the ups and downs of market-linked returns. Really, your personal comfort level with risk is what decides which path you take here.
Let's look at this purely from the angle of certainty. As you can see, 4 of our 5 options fall into that guaranteed income bucket. For most retirees who really depend on this money for daily life, that predictability is everything. The debt mutual funds, they're the odd one out here, the only option where your returns aren't guaranteed.
When we talk about those guaranteed returns, well, this number is the one that really stands out right now. That's the interest rate on the Senior Citizen Savings Scheme, In a world where markets are always moving, having a government-backed, low-risk option paying out that much, that's a powerful benchmark to keep in mind.
Now let's talk about cash flow. If you need money hitting your account every month to handle the bills, then POMIS is built exactly for that. And you can often set up FDs and annuities to do the same. But if you can manage with a payout every 3 months, that's how you unlock the higher interest rate of the SCSS. This is that trade-off in action: better returns for less frequent payments.
So we've looked at the options, we've compared them. Now for the most important part of all, tying this all back to you. Because the best investment doesn't exist. There's only the investment that's best for your personal goals.
So I want you to take a moment and really think about this. What is your #1 priority? Is it the absolute safety of your original investment? Is it getting that check every month like clockwork? Or is it the peace of mind that comes from knowing your income will last as long as you do? Your answer is your compass.
So if your answer is, I cannot afford to lose my capital and I want a high, steady return, then the Senior Citizen Savings Scheme was literally built for you. That combination of a high, fixed rate with government backing makes it an absolute powerhouse for this priority.
But if your main concern is just replacing that monthly salary to handle your day-to-day life, then the Post Office Monthly Income Scheme is your specialist. Its entire purpose, its whole reason for being, is to deliver that reliable payment to your bank account every month.
And finally, if your deepest worry is about longevity, the risk of your money running out before you do, then annuity plans are the tool designed to tackle that specific fear. It's a contract, a promise of income for life, and it shifts that risk from your shoulders to an insurance company's.
In the end, there's no single right answer for everyone. There's only the right answer for you. By understanding these options, their strengths, their trade-offs, and what they're built for, you're now in a much better position to have a smart conversation with your family or a financial advisor and to make choices that will truly build the secure future you see for yourself.